deserved winners. They were the best team. They played the best football. They were the most entertaining team. And when it got down to a psychological warfare, I was wrong. I was wrong, man. We've got to start there. We've got to start with how I was wrong, because I owe your boy Mancini an apology, because I remember when we did the preview, doing like the preview of Italy, and I had, shout out to your boy Nick, and shout out to your boy Gallo. When we did the whole thing, I was okay, this is Italy and so forth. And I said, no, we believe we can win it. I was like, everybody believes their team can win it, and I think you should always have that faith that your country can win it. But when I said Italy can win it, I was like, let's look at France, let's look at Portugal, and then let's even look at Belgium. So we're going to look at France, Portugal, Belgium before I look at Italy. And this is why I said I've got to apologize to Mancini. I've always held this belief, and this was proven to me in 2010. So, okay, what do you mean by 2010? So my belief has always been every country has a cultural identity and a way in which they play. And if you go away from that cultural identity, I don't think that you can win. So I say 2010 is 2010, the World Cup in 2010. So when you look at that World Cup in 2010, Dunga wanted to revert to a more counter-attacking European way of playing, which was an antithesis to how Brazil play. And when you saw Brazil play, I was like, my gosh, if they win like this, that means Dunga just going to make Brazil a very regressive team and remove Joga Bonito. But then what you now saw was Holland said, what's up? And then I was like, aha, I've been proven. You try and go to the antithesis of how Brazil culturally interprets football, you will not win. So when I saw this Italy team, because I didn't really catch much of them during their qualification. When I now saw them play, first against Turkey, I was like, whoa, an attacking Italy team. These guys look really good. I've never seen an Italy team play like this. For as long as I've been watching football since I was 6, Italy were known as the defensive masters. They show the art and the beauty of defending. Baresi, Nesta, Cannavaro, Costacurta. All these dudes just show you just the quality of defending that they defend. They know how to shut you down, and they can just beat you without 1-0 with the quality of either a Baggio, a Del Piero, or so forth. So I was like, can an Italy win like this? But I was like, you look at those first 3 games, I was like, wow, they made a strong statement. And I was like, okay, these guys, what Mancini has done, this is something very bold. Because you are now taking Italy into a different chapter of waters, because Italians have always accepted that we are defensive kings. And we have the quality individuals to pick you apart and win a game 1-0, 2-0. Like, the perfect example of that was one of the best matches I've ever seen, which was Italy-Germany, World Cup 2006, where Italy, with Cannavaro, Materazzi, put on a defensive masterclass to try to stop Germany for 120 minutes in their own home ground, and then with the quality of Gross and the quality of Del Piero, Angela Didi, were able to pick them open. So I was like, okay, you've done these 3 games, playing superb football, amazing football. What can you now do? Now, when you now saw Austria, I was like, are Austria the team to really test Italy's jaw? Not really, but they got tested. They got tested, and they forced them into extra time. And that is where you now saw, as this team is now receiving their test. To win a trophy, you're going to have to be tested and show character. Thus, Federico Chiesa, aka Clutch Chiesa, was born. Because when you're in that tough situation, it's very tight. And I always say to guys that, a penalty is a lottery. If they went to that penalty shootout with Austria, of course, you've got the king Donarrumma, who I'll get to, but you never want to go into that lottery. So you need someone to rise. And I think what you saw from Chiesa was, I'm built for the moment. I'm built for this. And this is just one of the things that he did. Because go to the other thing he did. It's like, boom, the ball came through, giving you that Dennis Beckham, France 998 move, scoring a superb goal, then Pessina scoring the second one. Anyway, it was 2-1. But again, you now showed that, Italy now showed that, okay, we can. They were not tested in the group stage. This was their first test, knockout stage. Boom, Austria, we took into deep waters. I'm not going to make it easy for you. They passed that test. Now, the ultimate test was Belgium. I believed that this is where it stops for Italy. That this is going to be a great game. And it was the best game of the Euros. But I just felt that even without Eden Hazard, Belgium, this is where the third place team on the World Cup only just lost to France and beat a very good Brazil side. I was like, I'm not sure that Italy can make this step up because people say, no, this is Belgium's time. This is their at that time. This is when Belgium, with France and Portugal out, make the final and they win that final. So as I was looking at it, I was like, you know what? This may bridge too far for Italy. Then I really began to really take notice of the team because it's not them beating Belgium the way they beat Belgium and how confident they were and how brave they were. Because I felt that, okay, if you're not going to go wild, wild west with Belgium, I think there can only be one winner, who are Belgium. But people were like, no. This attacking thing is for real. And if an attacking team wants to go to war with us, we're going to go to war with them, toe-to-toe, and we're going to get that ass. And they got that ass, with your boy Borelli and boy Lorenzo Insigne. So that win over Belgium with the amazing attack, the defending when they needed to be, and the midfield holding it down, I was like, that win against Belgium was okay. Now Italy, and now they can now really win this because I didn't see them beating Belgium, and that was thing for me psychologically. That was the game. That was the game that Italy won, in which I'm sure everyone in that group said, no, we can win this now because we beat the big bad bully. Because this left side of the draw was always difficult because you're like, can you beat a France? Can you beat a Portugal? Can you beat a Belgium? Because you're going to have to come through one of these three teams. So after the beat was okay. Spain. Now, this was a very impressive Spain team. And it's funny, though. They beat Belgium. Like, I thought the game against Spain would be a lot closer than the game against Belgium, where I just felt they were definitely the better team. Spain was where they really suffered because Spain put them to work. They kept the possession, they kept the ball, and they took Italy out of their game because Spain were like, no, if we give these guys the ball, they're going to get that ass. They will get that and they're going to hurt us badly. So we have to take the ball away from them from as much as possible to really, really trouble them. And again, it just show you why this Italian team as such deserve the winners. Because all right, cool. Bet. You're going to take us out of our elements? We're going to take us out of our game? You're not going to give us the ball, which we obviously need to replay our game? Cool. Well, we have a dude. Just a guy, just some clutch dude. When that moment arrives, we're going to pop off. Entering clutch Chiesa. Because, we're going through players of the tournament, and I understand Donarrumma, and we'll get to Donarrumma. But I was like, Federico Chiesa. See, Chiesa is the epitome of what I talk about on this channel. I'm not here about your talent or how good you are. I told you, I'm not big on consistency. Consistency is good. I'm not big on it. I'm a big game merchant. I'm about who rises during DOD, degree of difficulty, biggest games, highest pressure. And that's why for me, after this tournament, I'm looking at Federico Chiesa differently. Like, the way I talk about Federico Chiesa is different because, no, this guy he's built differently. And he's the kind of player who, come a final, basically Di Maria. Di Maria. Where, okay, he may not be as good or as talented as some of as your Messi or your Cristiano. Big moments, he's a give me the ball merchant. And that goal that he scored with the pressure Spain were putting them under, with how little ball they had, just showed you that, no. This man, see, Chiesa, that's my kind of player. You can keep your consistency, your goal scoring records and so forth. Keep those. Chiesa is my guy. Where big moments, I'm here. But obviously Spain equalized and so forth. And then now comes to penalties, and which is where we enter Donarrumma. Penalty shootouts are tough because I remember way back when I was a young, because normally I was a central midfielder, but for some reason I was in goal. And I remember the penalty shootout when I was in goal and how, I think I saved 2 or 3, and so forth. I mean, I was a brick in goal. Like during the game, I think I let in like 4 or 5 goals. It was like 5-5. But I was always pretty good at penalty shootouts because I could tell where a guy could go based on the way they ran up. Like during a football match, I'm a crap keeper. But shot stopping, I could take an edge, because it's a guess. But making an educated guess as to where you're going to go based on your run. Hence why, you know what I always said? Brazil against Netherlands, France 1998. And I always remember this. When Brazil took their penalties, they ran straight. And when you run straight, it's very difficult for a keeper to know. If you run at an angle, a keeper can make an educated guess. Now, it's not the right guess, but to say, based on how he's going, I'm feeling that his body image and so forth, especially if you're nervous and you're running at an angle, you can make an educated guess. If you run straight, then it's a guess. If you run straight, it's a guess. If you run at an angle, you can make an educated guess. And for Donarrumma, he just did his thing, man. Like the key save against Morata, educated guess, and I think Donarrumma was like, aha, Italy, please win it in 120. But if you can't, I'm that dude, because I'm coming for Neuer's throne. I'm that dude. But also give a good shout for Giorgio, man. Giorgio and Bonucci rolling back this. I mean, Giorgio, I think this guy's was 60 something. So I'll go talk more about Giorgio. So the final. You have to understand everything counts against Italy. The England story, the Southgate story at Wembley, the crazy crowd at Wembley, the fact that these guys are going to boo your anthem and so forth. You're heading into a cauldron. But it goes back to what Del Piero said when I was watching ESPN FC, and Del Piero said that, no, Italy love that away crowd, you know? Because remember, it cuts the minds to 1990, where Italy faced Argentina in the 1990 semi-final in Italy, in Rome. I think it was in Rome. But they lost on penalties, because maybe that pressure of the home crowd got them when they took the penalties. But here they're, we don't have that pressure. All the pressure is on these guys wearing white. So going down 1-0 early is always very difficult, especially against a team like England who hardly concede. That's always very hard. But when you have a guy like Giorgio and Bonucci in there helping in the rear guard, it always helps. And that's just why this is such a perfect win. Because you see a guy Chiesa getting his goal, Mancini getting his goal, Barella getting his goal, Immobile getting his goal. But the rear guard, the old guard, they did their thing. Because again, that ball comes through. Who wins the header first? Giorgio. Who then wins the other header on Mount? It's your boy Marco. And then who is the first to respond? Bonucci. So it's also perfect that those guys defend. We're like, oh yeah, guys, strikers, if you can do it, boom, we can come in and say what's up. So at 1-1, it's with the better team, and they could easily have won the game, because especially with the changes that Mancini made, which were positive changes, unlike England, they brought them in, was like, boom, we can now change, they could have won it, especially with how the movements of Berardi, Insigne, Verratti, and so forth. But like my fear was that once Chiesa went off injured, like, wow, because keep in mind, because many people have said this, if Spinazzola was fit, and if Chiesa wasn't injured, Italy beat England. Let's be clear here, because Italy with the better team. In 90 minutes or 120, if Spinazzola was fit, and if Chiesa didn't go off injured, Italy would have breached that to the defense for the second time and would have beaten them. So that's just me keeping it real. Penalties. You see, for Italy, here's the thing. There is a stat. You should always read much into stats, but sometimes stats can help. But there's a stat that says that, very rarely do teams win 2 penalty shootouts in one tournament. It's very rare. So it's like, okay, it's a lottery. But we've got a guy. But it's a lottery. And you have to look at just the emotions. The emotions of seeing, obviously, Rashford miss his, sending Donarrumma the wrong way, but just missing the frame of the goal. Oh, wow. Then you now look at Belotti missing. Flip. Then you now see Sancho miss. Oh, damn. And you now have the opportunity to win. And Jorginho, your penalty taker, who you entrust, who scored the winning penalty in the previous one, he misses his. You're like, oh, snap. So it now lands with it now lands with your boy Saka, who is to keep England in. And there is just something cold about Donarrumma. And that is why Donarrumma, you have to just agree that, yeah, he is player of the tournament here, because Donarrumma was like, it ends now. And a penalty shot is very psychological. And for me, I can't put money on a 19-year-old scoring against a Donnarumma, who is still young. Donnarumma is only like maybe 3 or 4 years older than him. But he plays, like, even if he's very young, you can already say that, no, Donnarumma is already, like, he's already staked his claim. Like, in his first, because obviously they didn't qualify for the World Cup, so in his first tournament, Donarrumma has already said that, no, my aim is to eclipse Buffon. In a way, Buffon, Pavluka, Peruzzi. My aim is to eclipse these dudes, and I'm coming for Neuer. And that, making that safe, especially so he were the definitive guy against Spain, and you're the definitive guy against England as well, making 2 saves at Wembley. There is no bigger statement than that. So we just take everything as a whole, man. I have to apologize to Mancini. I didn't believe that they would do this. You know, your boy Gallo Nick, where Italy did something I didn't think was possible, which is that we are going to go against type. We're going to go against our cultural identity of being defensive guys, and we're going to play entertaining, attacking football all the way through and go through. But the beauty about this is that even when we were taken out of our game, we could go old school, which is what the Spain game showed, that, oh no, if you don't allow us to attack, we can still find a way of finding a way, you know? And that is maybe what Belgium probably have lacked. That Belgium are a team that, no, we need to play well in order to win. It's, no, we don't need to play well to win. If we play well, we can win. If we don't play well, we've got clutch Chiesa. We've got guys, you know, and we've got guys that can make the elements. So it's a strong squad. And all I say is, if these guys can find a striker, if they can just find a striker, my gosh, because you've got a superb midfield in Jorginho, Barella, and Marco. They're doing this thing like Marco. Look, they said Marco had more touches on the ball than I think Mount, Henderson, Phillips, and all so forth combined, because it's in total control. So if they can just find a striker to go with what is a great core team, because I think the only criticism is Immobile and Belotti. That's the only criticism. So if they can just find quality to surround what they already have, these guys can make some serious noise come the World Cup next year. And so for Italy, deserved winners. They were the best team. They played the best football. They were the most entertaining team. And when it got down to a psychological warfare and down to the trenches, they could still, so they won in every conceivable way. They won in a footballing way. They won in a mental, psychological way, and in a character way, showing great character, great skill, great ability. So for Mancini, this is your finest hour, because this supersedes everything you did with Man City. So yeah, man, for Italy, congratulations, man. So like that vid, subscribe, one love. Become a Patreon member. Get access to exclusive videos, and also get access to the podcast, to the Saturday and the Sunday hangouts. Head over to patreon.com/halfwop to gain all these goodies while also supporting your boy HH.